didn't like was the shot where we show the gorillas on the right side of the screen and the chimpanzees on the left side of the screen. Yet when the teacher enters to the chimpanzees, the chimpanzees reverse to the right side of the screen. I thought that was a little off-putting.
I see. You feel like it crosses the camera line.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on the left side, and then when the teacher comes in, suddenly the chimps are on the right side.
Technically, it plays to the correct. They don't cross the line, but
the way
I totally
layout
see
it
was weird.
You're changing the language of the layout effectively. So then we get Cornelius's snarky little comment.
Yeah, wordplay. Yeah.
Writing instead of writing.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I declare that the wittiest jape of the evening. Ha ha ha.
And he only gets by with it because he's an heir. It's like otherwise that teacher would slap the shit out of it. Don't. No, that's too obvious.
Be better. Slap.
I don't know what that establishes. I don't know why that character feels the need to say that, other than giving the teacher a moment to come back to establish that he's the heir. That it feels like the comment is just there so we can say you're the heir.
And also, because it's one of those things where when everybody has to tell you the joke is funny in a movie and you're not laughing at it, it's not funny. It's when somebody reads a poem out and somebody else goes, "That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard," and you're listening to it going, "What the fuck are they talking about?" Yeah. He made a joke that is not funny, but everybody else is laughing at it.
See, and I kind of expected when we talk about this, Aldo is so confrontational. I almost expect him to reply with we shouldn't have a king. We shouldn't have an heir to the throne. We shouldn't have these kind of things. That conversation should go deeper. But instead, Aldo just kind of gets a look like, oh. And he's left with nothing to do. And it almost, all this good stuff we've built where we see his strength, we see his confrontational nature, the petulant child, then just stops. And I wish they might have taken it that final step. Now, there's a final step in the scene that we'll get to eventually. You have the feeling something's coming out of this, but we just don't get it in this moment.
Well, the fact that Cornelius says it out loud, if my father were a gorilla, we'd all be learning writing instead of writing. And the fact that he did it to embarrass Aldo just tells me that Cornelius might be a little snot. Like if he'd whispered it to a friend, it might have been different.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's saying out loud, like he's trying to put Aldo in his place. And so I was like, ooh, what relationship are we building there between him and Aldo?
Well, that is interesting because you do at least build these two characters having had a moment where it's a child is addressing a general in a condescending manner.
Yeah, dressing down a general. Yeah. What I like the moment from Aldo when the teacher's kind of explaining in human history, quite a number of military dictators seem to have thought so. And I love that Aldo kind of has like a moment of feeling approval, like he's been approved. Yes.
Yeah, you just
that's
proved
right.
My point. Thank you.
Yeah. Even though the teacher is not meaning it as a positive lesson,
I want to go back to when Aldo, we called out that when he comes in first, he grabs that tree and he's very ape-like. Did you also notice that his little quip, he looks around at the other gorillas like, hey, did you think that was good?
See what I said?
And I like that. I love that Aldo, he looks to his subordinates of bolstering him, and they all revere him. I love Aldo. I love him, and I want to see a movie all about Aldo. Could we see Aldo of the Apes? I love him.
Well, you know what? They're going to make more movies. Who knows?
Yeah.
I love him. Well, we're left here in the school. Is there anything anybody needs to throw in? We're sitting at about 20 minutes in this.
They're supposed to take their charcoal and their sticks. That's how we end. We're primitive. Everything is primitive now. Whatever happened, they ain't got nothing except for khakis.
But the people working on the cart, they're all dirty. Everything's torn up on their stuff. But the guy that was managing him, the teacher, they both got turtlenecks and
they got the clean clothes.
But did you notice that almost all the gorillas? I don't know if it's the makeup or they hadn't been used to it, but they did not learn how to close their mouths. They're all mouth breathers. Everything is open mouth the entire time.
Yeah,
they're not gape apes. They just don't know how to close their mouth. They didn't figure out the makeup to get a closed mouth.
Well, I'm sorry, I was just reading the news that just came down that Phil Spector passed away, the famous Wall of Sound music producer, eventually serving a sentence for murdering an actress.
Crazy
he
hair.
passed away at 81. Wow. Yeah, goofy dude, but those of us that love music made his stamp upon it. So I hate to shift off that away from Gaping Apes, but we do have
we just dated this
gaggle
episode
of Gaping Apes. I don't mind, whatever. I think that's it for Minute 10. We'll be back next week with 5 more. We're going to do an in-between that we'll serve out tomorrow. I don't know what it's about unless we talk about Richard eating and a little bit more, but no. Anyway, everyone have a great day. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.